we're preparing to do a podcast. Maybe we're gonna do the podcast live. That way, it would be more enjoyable for all of us to watch and interactive. These days, yesterday, I couldn't do a live stream. The reason for that is that I was preoccupied. Friday night, I went to drink. After I drank, oh my fucking god, I was dying. Hello, welcome to the live stream. So, if you guys have some questions about China, maybe you guys can ask. And apart from that, we can talk about something else as well. As today is a little bit boring day, but I think it's okay. Maybe I'll just go focus on cleaning. So if you guys come and watch, maybe you guys can ask me some questions. Later I can come and answer them. Okay. Okay. Even if it's not okay. These days, don't know why. Don't feel like doing live stream or other things. But I want to make this into my habit. Just because it's honest, no, it's true. The metro, I think it looks beautiful. Today's weather. Okay. So let me go clean a little bit, then I'm gonna come back. Come back, everyone. It's very difficult to keep your house clean. You need a maid or some shit. You need a lot of money. That is the main thing that you need. You can buy a microwave, put it here. Different types of sugar. That I love. Can't do without sugar. Hello guys, hi, welcome to the live stream. What place is this? This is Chongqing. How do you say tower in Chinese? I don't know how to say tower in Chinese. Everyone, welcome to the live stream. So, I'm sorry, I'm cleaning my house. So maybe I cannot see some of the messages. A little bit sorry about that. So, how are you guys? Welcome to the live stream. So today we're gonna have a podcast. It's gonna be mostly about Bangladesh. Hello, welcome to the live stream. Preppy Gamer Girl 666. What place is this? Vestro. This is Chongqing. I don't know if you guys know Chongqing, China or not. It's the place where iShowSpeed came to. So guys, you guys watch the view. See the car. Tower. Why? I don't know how to say tower in Chinese. Wait, let me check. you don't just Google? Tower. Ta. Yeah. Ta. Ta. I don't know. Just ta. Ta. Guys, we can talk about politics instead of Chinese. Okay, about politics and shits and other things that are more important. Like, for example, what do you guys think about the Chinese politics and other shit? Where are you guys from? What do you guys like eating? Do you guys like China? Yesterday, while I was going to my friend's house, I saw so many accidents, guys. Three, no, yeah, three of them. Oh my god. A little bit scared because we were riding our scooter and going, and three accidents are a lot, I think. I don't want to be one of the accidents. Wait a bit, guys. I'm gonna go start preparing because we will try to have a guest today, and then we're gonna try to do the podcast. So before my guest comes, I want the room to be a little bit better. Even though I think it's okay. But maybe they will not think it's okay. Maybe they will blame me. They will say, oh, the room is all dirty. Blah, 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 blah. Don't want. If you guys are watching, maybe you guys can ask me some questions about China. Hopefully not related to the language very much. Maybe related to Chinese culture, society, politics, things that I know. Ask me questions that I know so I can answer them for you. Okay, wait a little bit, guys. Coming back. Clean the room. 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 I want to know, do you guys use vacuum cleaner? If you guys do you think I should buy a vacuum cleaner? Even though my house is very, very small, like it's a little small house. For a little small house, do we need a vacuum cleaner or not? Time to check. Yes, no one is here. So if you guys are watching, maybe you guys can ask me some questions about China. Why are you using Chinese? Why you don't just use English? Need to translate. 你怎么你读过美好的一天啊？谢谢你。Guys, you understand that even though I'm in China, I'm not really Chinese, right? Yes, I can. What? 祝你度过美好的一天. But I need to translate because I need pinning, guys. I don't need 美好的一天, but I don't know this character. My Chinese is just normal, guys. Chinese is difficult to learn, guys. Very, very difficult to learn. Every fucking day you need to study. I don't want to study. I want to do my research instead. Tell you guys what I did yesterday. Yesterday went to my friend's house. Day before yesterday went out to drink. Drink a lot. After I drink a lot, I went to pass out my house. Yes, and then when I wake up, entire day, really, really tired. Then had to go to my friend's house because we're trying to do a simulation before my supervisor is angry at me. All day, wait for him to come, wait for my other friend to come because we want to take a bike to go. I just got money from CSE. Yes, yay. So I have my scholarship money now. Today is 28. To pay the rent. I'm gonna pay the rent after a while. It's gonna be paid tomorrow. Today is okay, but I want to pay it early. I'm back, guys. So guys, remember, as you are watching, I am cleaning and preparing. I hope you guys can subscribe and how to say, watch later. Because later we're gonna have a podcast. Now, currently, maybe, how to say, cannot have the podcast or anything. I think all is okay now. Not that bad. Pretty much good enough. If it's not good enough for other people, I don't care anymore. Maybe it's for them. As a host, need to give my guests biscuits. I believe biscuits not enough for them. Not at them. I will be angry at them. Tired. Still feel very, very tired. Even though yesterday I slept well and everything, but life is still difficult. So guys, if you guys are watching, maybe you can ask me some questions about China, and you can see this wonderful view from my home. We can watch how the sunlight goes from one place to another. And if you guys can, maybe you guys can subscribe. So today we're gonna have a podcast, and the podcast topic will be root. What's gonna be the podcast topic? Oh yeah, about politics of Bangladesh and other things like that. We're gonna try our best to make it good, but if it's not good, not my fault, guys. It's the fault of other people. Hello. So now I finished cleaning. Now if you guys have some questions, you can ask me. And if you guys don't have some questions, maybe I can play games a little bit. Little bit. Just need, is there anything else I need to do? Nothing. Okay, need nothing to do. Have nothing to do today, so I will be thinking about what to do. So today's topic will be something. Hi, welcome back to the live stream again. So what I want to do is study the topic again. I have ChatGPT 5 here. Request for shipping address. Simulation. The prompts are very funny. Hi guys, welcome back to the live stream. If you guys are watching, maybe you guys can ask some questions. If you're not watching, it's also okay. What are your opinion about Charlie Kirk, guys? Do you guys like him? Do you guys hate him? Either way, not that much I care. Very tired, guys. I drink one day, fucking next 5 days, really tired. Now let me try search price product grocery around the world. So maybe guys, instead of the view, you guys can come near me and see what I'm doing. Do you guys want to see what I'm doing? I'm using ChatGPT. What am I doing? I'm trying to use ChatGPT in order to learn supply chain increasing fuel costs, high fuel costs, weather condition and for unfavorable higher labor costs as wages increase, depreciation increasing demands, make it more detailed, right? More detailed. I'm trying to learn about like the economy because today we're gonna talk about the Bangladesh economy, right? I don't know if you guys know this or not. So while we talk about the Bangladesh economy, because we're gonna have a guest from Bangladesh today, and he's gonna talk about like the price growth and other things like that. So global inflation, okay, the reason. So let's use ChatGPT to study shits up. I know some of the things already, just have a point of view, okay? The recent price hike in daily groceries around the world are a result of combination of complex interconnected factors. Below is the detailed explanation. Inflation is one of the primary driver. Price hike in groceries, inflation leads to an overall increase in the price of goods of services in an economy. In recent years, many countries have experienced high inflation, partly due to the economic fallout of COVID-19. So yeah, okay, it's from Bangladesh. Okay, so we're gonna try to all share dialogue and other things like that. So if you guys are watching, by the way, you guys can ask me some questions about China, or you guys can just ask me anything you want, just talk about politics, okay? So now what I'm trying to do is like study up like why prices increase, however inflation pressures still persist. Wages increase as wages rise due to the inflation, the cost of production of for grocery manufacturing increase, the rise of labor cost, blah 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 blah, cost of raw materials, supply chain disruptions. Global supply chains have been severely disrupted in recent years due to the several factors including COVID-19 pandemic, labor shortage, and geopolitical event. When supply chains are disrupted, it becomes harder for goods to move efficiently from producers to retailers. Pandemic aftershock, labor shortage, global shipping crisis, COVID-19, rising fuel and energy cost. So transportation costs, a significant percentage of grocery costs are tied to high fuel prices, make it more expensive. But why is there high fuel prices? Crop failure, increased cost for farmers, increased demand, and consumer behavior. Pandemic shifts in consumer habits. During the pandemic, consumers became more reliant on grocery shopping. We can focus on home cooking due to restriction on dining. This demand of food products, especially shelves. That's a good point. Global population growth. As global population grows, more people requires food. Hi, Angel Flores. Welcome to the live stream. If you are watching, maybe you can ask some questions about China or something. And maybe you can tell me where you're from. I want to know where you guys are from. That way we can have some topic to talk about. But today I'm trying to, and I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly. Flores, Angel is the one that I know. Geopolitical tension, Ukraine conflict, sanction, and trade barriers, currency cryptocurrencies, emerging market, removal of subsidies. Yeah, but I think this is giving a perspective from just from the US view, not a perspective from the worldview, but that is okay. Topics about Bangladesh, price hike, and detailed answers. So trying to study up shit is difficult, guys. But it's okay. I'm trying to study still. Inflation and rising commodity prices in Bangladesh. Key driver inflation has been a significant driver of the impact. Domestic factors in Bangladesh inflation has been partly driven by the rise of food price, particularly for rice, flours, and edible oil. This has affected low and middle income households. The most as food makes up the large portion of the household expenditure. Import large portion of food, particularly from countries like India, China, Thailand. In global commodity prices such as oil and wheat directly impact the prices of Bangladesh. That the devaluation of Bangladeshi taka against foreign currency also exacerbates imported inflation. Okay, apart from food item core inflation in Bangladesh, which includes non-food goods. Yes, I did it. My breakfast. How about you? Did you have your breakfast? Or you still didn't? Oh, what did you eat? Really a little bit of a nonsense topic, but okay. I mean, impact on fuel prices increase on daily essence. Price gouging, while not universal, but happen instead of prices. Consolidation of food supplies as large food producers merge or consolidate, they may have more control over the supply chain. Okay. Blah blah blah. Logical infrastructure challenges. Bangladesh faces significant challenges in its local supply, particularly in rural areas. Poor infrastructure, road congestions, and inefficient port handling leading to delayed export ban and restrictions. Sometimes, yeah, but natural disasters and climate change, crop failure impact. Kakatu, active government policy and taxation, subsidy cuts, tariffs and tax laws, VAT, labor shortage. Why is there a labor shortage in Bangladesh? Bangladesh has a significant amount of high population. Overseas remittance and increases consumer spending. Key drivers, increased disposable income. Purchasing power of family, the higher demand for goods. I don't believe. Speculation and hoarding. Panic buying, black market. Yes, makes sense, guys. But it's okay. Now let me search more because so difficult to read. Either way, I don't know. Just talk about the things when I need to talk about them. Don't understand what you're reading. Yes, I also don't understand what I'm reading. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's normal. Okay? It's normal. And if you guys are still watching, maybe you can ask me some questions about China, and then I can search about it, read about it, talk about it. I'm a little bit sleepy, guys, still. I don't know why. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Okay, so I know the basic ideas, but if I want to host a podcast, I think still I need to read more, which I don't think I want to. I think it's a bit difficult, right? To do that. Let me see if someone texted me or not. No one did. Oh my god, no one loves me. It's okay. Don't need. Don't need love. Have alcohol, guys. Uh, these days I'm trying to exercise again, like before. But let me lay down flat. Oh fucking hell. But a little bit difficult, guys, is to exercise. It's supposed to take the pressure off my back if I lay down flat, but it's not. It's making me more stress. Hello everyone, welcome to the live stream. If you guys are watching, maybe you can ask me some questions about China or related things. And today we're gonna have a guest, so I'm trying to read some things so that it can help me later on when we host our guest, okay? By the way, guys, I think my house is very, very beautiful. What do you guys think? The view from my house, have the light, have the sun, there is the river. Apart from the river, I mean outside the river, there are buildings. There, I don't know if you guys can see or not. Look here, there, building, 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 river, bridge, building. Then you turn around, more building. But it is still beautiful. Wait, I try to show you guys the sky. The sky is also beautiful. See, halfway down the view. Thing. Our house is very beautiful. And today I'm gonna try to get try to get a lot of things, a lot of equipments in order to do a podcast. And if you guys are still watching, maybe you can ask me some questions about China. Maybe you can like, share the live stream as well. And we can have a discussion about some social issues, which I prefer talking about. Hi, Knock. Welcome back to the live stream. I remember you. I don't need to say this every time. I think you already know that I remember you by now. Oh my god, my stomach aches. Oh, I forgot how old you are, but do you drink? If you do, maybe you can stop. This Friday night, I drank a lot. We were 4 people, no, 5 of us. At first, we went to one bar, and because my friends are mostly Asian, the other people maybe don't like them, and they're a little bit racist. And we went to the bar. They first give us a seat, and they say, "Oh no, this seat. Oh, finally off work. How was your work? Isn't it weekend for you? Saturday, Sunday? I think today is Sunday. Yeah, don't drink, don't drink. I drank on. Yeah, fuck, today is Sunday. Tomorrow I need to go to school. Oh, don't drink. Oh my god, I drank and I'm dying. Yes, Friday I drank and I still have stomachache. We drank 2 bottles of Jim Beam plus like a lot of whiskey cola. Oh, your weekend is so long. 3 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. What is your weekend? 3 days. That's so cool. I want a job like that, or even better. So, guys, I was discussing something with my friend. Maybe we can open like a communist style business, like a company, where everyone will only work 2 hours a day. Understand? So, for example, we're gonna have a lot of people, and everyone will be the shareholder. No one will be the boss. Everyone will be shareholder. So we're gonna come, work 2 hour, work 2 hour, work 2 hour, work 2 hour, take shifts, and share the profits. But what product do we can we sell like that? That is a question. Understand? Because a long time ago I worked in international trade, and most of the time I just sit, don't do any work. So if we don't have work, you can just leave. Don't need to stay. What do you guys think? Do you work in a company like that? Just 2 hours a day? 2 hours a day, and you can have breakfast. Nah, 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 nah. And ask you guys another question, okay? Today we're gonna have guests for our podcast. But lately I haven't been drinking a lot. When I do, I also try to eat before I go to. Yeah, I also do, but the problem is alcohol still digests slowly, but digest and have stomach ache. Oh my god, I vomit as well twice. Ask you guys this for suggestion, okay? Today I'm gonna have guests over, so what do you think I should do for them? Should I serve them food? Should I serve them drinks? What should I do? Do I have to do anything? I don't like guests, guys. But we're gonna have a guest speaker who didn't know. I mean, yeah, it was kind of fun. I mean, it was really fun. Yeah, fun, but fucked up. Tired. Very, very tired. Next morning, I wake up very early. For me, you need to do work because Monday I need to see my supervisor, and she will be mad at me again. But this time she said, "Oh, you did very, very good work. After I can finish this work, I can be a little bit uh free." And when I'm free, because this December I want to do some work, I need some money. This November I will have classes every day for 2 weeks. After I finish the classes, free forever. Actually, if you go to drink, maybe you should bring a girl. I hate him. I think he's a fascist, and I think he's crazy. What do you think about what is his name? Hillary? Is it Hillary Clinton? Not Hillary Clinton. I don't know who was it. She was saying the last against Donald Trump, someone who ran for the presidency. What was her name? The woman, black woman. Do you guys know? Well, she was saying that Trump is communist. Yeah, Kamala Harris. I'm sorry, I forget the names. Alcoholic guys. Oh, so Kamala Harris was saying like Trump is a communist. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think Trump is a communist? I mean, he's a fascist. I never seen Trump talking about communism, even socialism for that fact. Trump is a failed businessman who inherited a lot of money, used that money, went to shows. For him, shows are okay, and then became a president. In what part was he doing communism? So what Kamala Harris trying to say is that because Trump is trying to attack the free speech, because now I know, I mean, a few days ago I saw some news like, oh, Trump is trying to go after all the leftists, mm, leftist politicians. I think no politician is a good person. For me, I don't like politicians. Okay, uh, tell you something about my background. Uh, my brother is married to the mayor of my city. Okay, let me show you what my girlfriend sent me. So, mayor of the city. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm from Bangladesh, right? So, in Bangladesh, the people who do politics is very, very shitty people. Really, really shitty people, okay? And my brother is married to one of the politician's daughter. I will not name the politician for some reasons, but I will tell you guys what he did. He has 46 murder case in his name, okay? The last time there was another person who wanted to run against him, what he did was openly shot him and killed him. That is the politics of Bangladesh. So compared to that, Trump is an angel, okay? But the problem is, whenever we think about US, like people who are not from, maybe in China they don't think about US that well, that that good. I mean, they, because for China they think like US is a uh, tell you guys a situation, okay? For example, a few days ago, I saw a news where Mexicans are protesting against Americans, saying, "Oh, American immigrants should learn Spanish. They should pay taxes. Blah 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 blah." Did. But the reason why they're protesting like that is because US is trying to protest against them. So when you talk shit about a group of people, the group of people loves them more, tries to protect themselves, and will talk shit about you. So that's the same thing that happened in China. You talk shit about them, like US tries to talk shit about China. So China becomes overprotective, become more nationalist, and they think, oh no, we are good, and they're the one who's talking shit. We're not that bad, guys. They try to show it off. They come off as more nationalistic than they are, and overall, in Chinese medias, like Trump is like a joker or something like that, and they sometimes like him because they think Trump is funny and shit. Apart from that, so Chinese opinion is not, I don't know how to say it. I will not use Chinese opinion, but in from our country, we think of US as a country like a very, very developed nation and something. Yo, yeah, your family is Mexican, but they're US citizen, right? So, but Mexico is still better than my country. You need to remember that. Understand? Economically developed. For us, the way we think about US maybe is not the same as you think about US. So, for us, we will think like, oh, US is one of the best country in the world, the richest country in the world, and like very, very good. If you go there, your life changes, blah, blah, blah. A place where you can talk about anything openly. Understand? So this is our opinion. In some instances, it's true. US is a rich country, and a lot of the things you can say a lot very, very openly. And in our country, we are very, very used to seeing, of course, every country will get better, guys. It's normal. And from our country, what we hear about uh, in our country, like political, how to say, political imprisonment, like sometimes something happen and people will go after another person and imprison them, is something that is very, very common in our country. But when we think about US, this is happening is unimaginable for us. Okay, so when I hear the news where people are getting deported just because they support Palestine, is insane for us when we hear that this is happening in US. Does that make sense to you? Because, for example, I will give you another example of this. Okay, imagine. Uh, I don't know if you are religious or not, but imagine a Christian person. Okay, he believes in Jesus. He will believe that Jesus is one of the best person in the world and he can do nothing wrong, right? Imagine Jesus comes and then Jesus kills another guy. The person's entire worldview will shatter right that moment. Like, whoa, how can he do that? How can Jesus that I've been worshiping, blah, 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 thinking this, thinking that, how can he suddenly turn around and kill another guy? So that is the same feeling that people who are like from another country, like a very, very poor country, third world country, will have when we hear about US now, the things that are happening in US now. Because before, about some Norwegian who got their visa revoked, he had a JD Vance meme. Yes, Not just that, long before these things happens a lot as well. There was a Pakistani student before I read the news who was going to who got admitted in Harvard, and at the airport he got deported because his friend posted something about some religious shit and something like that. So, and Trump ran on like a anti-Islamic mindset, like he hated Muslim people. He was saying that time like, we're gonna have a CIA, FBI behind every Muslim, blah 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 blah. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I remember them. So that's kind of weird, when we think about it. When I think about it about US, that is just the same example I gave. Like it's like Jesus committing a murder. Does that make sense to you guys? I think this uh, yesterday when I go to drink my locket broke. I think it's look more beautiful. Of course. This is the same situation you see in every country, though. In US, they're like, oh, we want to make it a Christian nation, blah 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 blah. How can you have a Christian nation and have freedom of speech? Christianity doesn't believe in freedom of speech, neither does any religion. You want to have everything, like, oh, it's a Christian Judeo nation, blah 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 blah. What happening there? Because as far as I know, Christian people hate the Jewish people, and vice versa. And how can US people be Christians? Because American people don't live in a Christian way, they live in a more like an atheistic way. So they saying, oh, we should blah 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 like that, because Christianity comes from the Middle East, like all Abrahamic religion comes from Middle East. So they don't have that Middle Eastern culture in US, and they even hate them. They hate the Middle East. They hate the people and the God, and they even draw Jesus as white in US. I think that's so fucking weird. Like, Jesus is not white. How can a Middle Eastern person be white? What happened there? So in US they have their own version of Christianity, not the real one. They make some shit up, call it Christianity, and then follow it. Uh, Same in my country nowadays. They're trying to make it a Muslim, blah 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 country. I hate it. My phone is lagging. Bangladesh, as a country, it ran on, how to say, like a. Welcome to the live stream, 74. Seaman 714. So Bangladesh as a country ran on like a secular movement. Like Pakistan is a Muslim nationalist country. India is a Hindu nationalist country. So Bangladesh was like, fuck it, we're gonna become secular. But nowadays they're trying to make it into like a Muslim movement and shit like that. And I think that's really, really worse for the country. I have nothing against religion, but I do not believe that religion should be part of the state. Okay, I think religion should be separated from the state, and religion should always be secular. So, what's your opinion? Do you guys like new person, Seaman 714? Do you like Trump? What do you think about Trump? Do you guys know Barney Sanders? Before I used to like him, but now I think he's a grifter. He's trying to he doesn't talk about like, how to say, Israel that much. He don't care. And before I saw, now maybe he does. I haven't seen him, but I think all politicians are like that. I think Joe Biden, before he used to be against gay people and shit like that, but the moment it became cool to like gay people, he's like, yeah, okay, I like gay people now. So politicians are in general hypocrites. But yes, people can change their worldview. That is not a big problem. I think it's okay. But still, it's difficult to trust politicians. Comparatively, I like Joran Mamdani, even though he's just a how to say, social democrat, not really a socialist, but Trump calls him a communist, says him a communist Muslim, blah 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 blah. I think that shows like the xenophobia of Trump. That is one of the another reason I don't like him, because he's xenophobic, guys. And I think the world don't need xenophobic people. The less, the better. That doesn't mean I want him to die. That just means that I don't want him to see him in power. That's all. I don't want people to support him. But the problem is, throughout the history of the world, it has always been that tyrants and dictators came into power with the overwhelming support of the xenophobia. Difficult. Difficult to explain. Just say that Trump is racist, okay? Let's say Trump is a racist asshole, okay? Xenophobia, good way to explain it. How? Wait, I use ChatGPT, okay, guys? I asked ChatGPT to explain it in a simple way. Explain xenophobia without making it complex, simple. Loves ChatGPT, guys. I think it's best thing that happened in the world. Xenophobia is when people fear or dislike others who are different from them, especially those from other countries or culture. Yeah, just racist, okay? Don't need to read it. He's just racist. Very, very racist. So, like for example, Joran Mamdani is a Muslim, Indian. He's Muslim, and he's a social democrat. All the things that US don't like. And then Trump is calling him a communist just because he's a socialist. Just because, this thing, something very, very weird in US. People really don't want good things for them. All Joran Mamdani wants is free healthcare, right? Housing crisis. Are the people atheists? In China, yes. I think Sam from Amsterdam. Welcome back to the live stream. So in China, I think the majority of the people are atheist, and the other people are Buddhist. Amsterdam. I will tell you a story. So one time I was in Philippines, and I took a taxi to go to my hotel, and in the taxi, the person left her wallet. Yes, her wallet. And when we found our wallet, we went back to the hotel, and it was very, very late. So I don't know how to call her. I don't know what to do. So I tried to open her ID, and we found her ID card. And damn, we got her phone number, and we call her, and we ask her like, hey, can you come and get it for us? Can you come and get your wallet? She came in the middle of the night because she had work tomorrow. So she's like, no, 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 I will come now. And then we go and gave her the wallet, and she gave me a locket. Locket, like a, yes, yes, like a necklace, okay? And it is from Amsterdam. So that is my history with Amsterdam. That's all I know. So atheists, yes. And in general, people in China are Buddhist. It's also an atheistic religion. And you need to remember that mm, how to say, atheism itself does not mean that people don't think that there is no God. In general, atheism means that do not know, right? As far as I know. Yes, I think Amsterdam is very cool as well. As far as I know, that atheism means like do not know. We do not know the answer to the question if there is God or there is no God. For Chinese people, I will say they are heathen. Like they do not believe in God. They don't think that there is God. They don't think God exists or anything like that. And remember, we have the Communist Party here, right? So if you want to join the Communist Party, the first thing you need to do, why, what, XWRAY? No, 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 that's not true. Chinese people are allowed to talk about religion. Why are they not allowed to talk about religion? I don't understand. So that is just you think, not real, okay? Chinese people are allowed to talk about religion, they are allowed to follow their religion, but if you want to join the government, like join the Communist Party of China, you need to abandon all religion, okay? Because it's a communist government. So in communism in general, they don't believe in religion. So that is one of the thing. So defining thing about the Communist Party, you cannot have a religion if you want to join the fuck religions. But yes, but the problem is not a problem, okay? What you're saying is true, but it is based on our perspective. We need to remember, guys, that most of the world is based on our perspective, okay? I saw a Chinese woman run away from a live stream and she said that she's not allowed to talk about religion anymore because they see her. I don't know. I don't believe this is true. I just believe that this is a show, okay? No, this is just like for the show because you're allowed to talk about religion. You're not allowed to spread your religion. That's illegal in China. But talking about religion, it's bad. No, it is not like that. I don't know what you saw. If you saw something like that, maybe it's just how to say. Very very fake, guys. I go to monk and I go to temples and shit all the time. Okay, and there's so many people and people do live stream from temple. Okay, so what the fuck is happening? Is my vision something blurry or something like that? No, I live in China and I see these things, and I go to mosque, I go to church. There are people that doing shits. Why? What's so bad at ban and that shit like that? It's not like that. What you saw is, I think, just some people doing some weird shit to get popularity. Okay. Yeah. So communism. In communism, it's not like that. You cannot follow religion. But if you want to join the Communist Party of China, the first rule is that you cannot have religion. Okay. So that is a rule. Remember of the Chinese government. Also, remember religion. For you, how to say? Religion, the way we think religion now is not the same as it used to be before. Okay, now for example, now religion is very strict and xenophobic and things like that. But before it's not like that. The praying to something else is instead of seeing the God in yourself or seeing the good in yourself. Oh no, I didn't say you cannot have a religion in China. Guys, I am in China and I'm Muslim. Even though I don't worship God, I don't believe in it, but I am culturally still Muslim, guys. I just explained to you, I went to mosque, I went to temple, I went to everywhere. And there are people, they can have religion. It's not that you cannot have religion. You can have religion, guys. Uh, Maybe later I will show you guys, like just here, there are people who sells, there are Muslim people from, I forget the city name, okay? But there are Muslim people from there, they have their own halal shop. Do you guys know the word halal? Like, it means kosher. Yes, of course I know. I am just a culturally Muslim. I believe, it's not that I don't believe in God, I do not know if God exists or not, okay? Not that I don't believe. The God worshiping. So, you know, you're Sam from Amsterdam. Your opinion is more similar to my girlfriend's opinion. So she's Chinese and her family does not believe in God, okay? Yes, I hear about the Uyghur in Xinjiang. Okay, so that topic I will explain to you in a different way. But first, let me answer one by one. So, my girlfriend, they do not, her family do not believe in God. Okay, so their opinion about is that if we worship in God, okay, uh, even though this is not my place to say it, but their opinion is kind of similar to this. Like if they think that if they worship in God, they have to give something back and they don't know what they have to give back to the God. So they do not want to worship and they don't believe in it. Okay, I'm not Muslim, then I am culturally Muslim. I do not know if you listen to my word or not. I am culturally Muslim, that means my parents are Muslim. Okay, culture, my culture is Islamic culture. Okay, I do not worship God, that means that I do not believe in it. And again, So yes, the Uyghur in Xinjiang. So the problem is that it is China has a problem with religion. Okay, so in Xinjiang, no, it's the same, guys. Growing up with religion, without religion, it's the same. Come on, guys. Look, if you're a Christian, okay, you grow up with Christian values, you don't follow them. You're gonna break them. In Christianity, you cannot have sex. What makes me not believe in God? It's not that I do not believe in God. I do not know about God, guys. I think it's the same, guys. It's the same. What's so different about not believing God? To know Jesus instead of Islam. Jesus is part of Islam, guys. Okay, they are all from the same place. Muslim people believe in Jesus as well. Muslim people believe that Jesus is a prophet instead of believing that Jesus is a god, right? It's Abrahamic religion. Judaism, Islam, and Christianity are the same religion. uh, yes, you don't believe in that. We all don't believe in that, guys. A good example for that is, my friend was said, not my girlfriend, my friend, like he was talking about this. If your father is watching you, and you actually abide by your father and believe in him, can you do something wrong? So if you believe in higher power, if you believe that God is always watching, how can you, how to say, abandon him? How can you have sex? How can you drink? Yes, there's a big difference between God and prophet, but the messenger of God is still someone you respect, right? I would be doing whatever I wanted and wouldn't care about anyone else, so it's not. No, not like that, guys. I know what you're saying, but uh, mm, look, okay, you already do whatever you want. Understand? You do not believe in Christianity. I don't know what religion you are. Okay, let's say you are Muslim. Okay, and if you're Muslim, do you really believe that you can follow all the things from Islam? In Islam, you cannot talk to girls, okay? You cannot talk to girls, you cannot have sex before marriage, you cannot drink, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. There's so many rules and regulation. Same for Christianity. Christianity is very, very strict, very, very strict. But because in the US you have a liberal Christianity, you have a liberal Islam, the only thing Muslim people in US believe in is that they cannot eat pork. Same for China, by the way. Chinese, no, you cannot. You cannot talk to girls, guys. That's forbidden. You cannot just not just talk to girls. You cannot even, how to say, work in the same building as girls. Many restriction, many restriction. You can search it up, okay? This thing we had a debate about, like, with a Muslim girl, because that girl wears very, very sexy clothes and doesn't wear hijab, doesn't wear anything, do anything at all. But she think, because I have a friend who's very, very devout Muslim, like he believes in Islam very, very hard, okay? And I am a born Muslim as well, understand? And you can study it up. Just because you're born Muslim doesn't mean you know about Islam. Just like me, I didn't know about this as well for a very, very long time. Search about it. In Islam there is a history. I don't know if it was prophet or someone. So unless it is necessary, okay, for example, let's say she is doing some business. Okay, if I don't know, you can search it up. In Islam you cannot talk to girls, understand? You cannot make friends with girls. You cannot talk to girls, you cannot make friends with girls. Tell me if it's not in Islam. If it's not in Islam, show me proof, okay? It's in Islam, guys. It's in Islam that you are not allowed to talk to girls. You're not allowed to be friends with girls. You're not even allowed to look at them. It can be ridiculous, but it is part of Islam, guys. I don't know how to explain to you. If there's another person, guys, I don't know, there's a... No, not about knowing everything. I know most Muslim people do not know this. They don't believe in this, but that is part of Islam. Even my friend, she's from Algeria. Yeah. Ugh, I am lying. Guys, search it up. It's very, very easy. Google it, okay? It's forbidden for you to talk to girls. It's forbidden for a girl and a man to work in the same place, in the same, how to say? Like, for example, I cannot go to a class with a girl because it's not permissible for us. It's not haram, but it's not permissible. Okay, girls are not allowed to do a lot and lots of things. Are you saying Muslim man? That is a different situation. You can talk to her, but you cannot be friends with her. You cannot talk to her without a purpose. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Advice. You don't need to be, but uh, for example, uh, there is a girl, okay? Yes, she's in the shop. You are allowed to talk to her. You can ask her like, "Hey, where is the food?" or how much it cost. But apart from that, you cannot. For example, if she's working there, another man work there. Cannot. Man and woman cannot work together. Okay, then you cannot gossip with her. You cannot stand there and be like, "Oh, hey, blah 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 blah." Blah." And while she is working, she has to do a perfect amount of parta. Just because I'm not something, that doesn't mean that I cannot talk about it. For example, for me, the way I believe in religion is that religion came for a purpose because it's, how to say, in society, the way society developed in the older times, right? We had mythology. Just because I didn't pray, that doesn't mean that I cannot read a book. I don't know. Okay, let's say I pray 5 times a day, okay, or I don't pray 5 times a day. Mm, Yes, this is not a Islamic teaching channel, that is the truth. But the thing is, guys, doesn't matter how many rakat I need to pray in order for me to read a book, right? Do I have to pray to read a book? Can I not read something without praying? I can read, right? That's the basic of Islam, but I do not believe in Islam. I am just culturally Muslim. That is the simple thing. Is it so difficult to understand? I'm just a culturally Muslim. I'm not. Guys, this Friday I went to bar and I had a drink. How can I be Muslim? Just because it is the basic of Muslim doesn't mean that I cannot read about it, don't have knowledge about it. I can have knowledge about anything I want. I am not a Christian. I do not go to church. Maybe I go to church for fun, but that doesn't mean that I don't know about Christianity. You don't need to believe in something in order for you to know. I am not from US. That doesn't mean that I don't know about US. I can talk about Trump. Okay? For example, you're not from China, so that means that you cannot talk about China, but you were talking about China. So that logic itself is not a correct logic, okay? You can know about things, you can talk about things, you can learn about things. Doesn't need to be you have to pray, doesn't need to be you have to worship a God. You're not knowing that shows what? How many rakats in morning? Is you mean the Fajr prayer? Okay, if Fajr prayer, I need to know about the rakat. I cannot know about Islam's history without. I know the rakat, right? It's 2 rakat Fajr prayer. Why I don't know? Guys, hey, that's still not a logic. Just because one person doesn't know about something doesn't mean that he cannot know about another thing, right? I can guarantee you that maybe you don't know about quantum computing doesn't mean that you don't know. Because you don't know about, I didn't say you're wrong, but you don't know about this part of Islam. Understand, just like most people don't know about it. Just answer my question. I know that most Islamic people are offended in general if they don't know about something, and that they will be like, oh no 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 no, because most people in the world, we have a Western mindset. So in general, we do not view the world in a Islamic way. We don't view the world in a Christian way, or how to say, Judaistic way. For a good example for that is like the Hinduism. Okay, so Hindu people in general does not view the world in a Hinduistic way. They view the world in a Western way. That's why you see it's okay to be offended, guys. Doesn't mean that we will not do analysis, right? Analysis is not a justification. Analysis is just an analysis. And convinced notion about what I do or not. You have a priest convinced notion? I don't know what this means. Wait a bit, guys. Let me answer to my my boyfriend today. What will you do? What the fuck am I reading this? Wait, let me reply to my girlfriend, guys. Okay. What is a priest? Priest convinced by, guys, you can just look it up. Are you allowed to talk to girl or not in Islam? And that is very, very simple. There is the that is all. Okay, so for example, what I'm trying to say is like we have a Western mindset, okay, in general. So in our Western mindset, we would believe like a Western culture and Western things. So it is when the Western culture does not relate to our concept notion of Islam or some other religion, we will always think like, oh, okay, this is wrong, this is right. At least I have an opinion that's wrong, unlike you. uh, come on, guys. You know, even though I know you're offended, I know you have an opinion, but I'm not, how to say, angry at you guys. So, guys, don't fight, okay? uh, Fighting does not do anything, okay? We can fight about, we can talk about opinion even here, but you know the reality of the world is like this, okay? We have many many Muslim countries and none of them do anything for Muslim people. You have the people who got genocided, like in Myanmar, Rohingya people. Who did what for Rohingya people? No one. We have Palestinian people who are getting genocided. We have people in Sri Lanka, not Sri Lanka. Is it, what country was it? Nepal, where the Tamil people are getting genocided. You have Pakistan, where in Pakistan people from Balochistan getting genocided. You have this many people who are getting genocided, okay? Yet Muslim nation does not do anything. So tell me, which country is Muslim? Who is Muslim? In Islam, there is a concept of brotherhood, that all Muslim people should help another Muslim people, right? In that brotherhood, who is helping who? No one is doing anything. All the Gulf nations are in a line with Israel, okay? They like Israel. In Muslim nation, like for example, uh, Dubai, what is it? Saudi Arabia, they want Nicki Minaj to come and dance for you. Is that Islam? Who believes in Islam? No one believes in Islam anymore, guys. We believe in money. That means that most nation does not believe in Islam. Most people do not believe in Islam. People do not believe in Islam. People just believe in the idea of it, okay? A small part of the idea, right? Just for example, in Islam nowadays, it's a modern version of Islam. It's not the real Islam. Now we just believe in the Western nation. We believe in money, guys. We don't believe in, yes, that's not true. Okay, maybe that's not true, but that is my opinion, guys. If it's wrong, you can give me a logic why it's wrong. Who in Islam do we have the brotherhood or not? Do we have the concept? Yes, Muslim people do not practice, and as long as you do not practice the religion, you're not Muslim anymore. What we practice is a Western concept of Islam, okay? We practice Islam in a Western way. For example, nowadays, you know, there are a lot of girls who's gonna say, oh, look, uh, we don't need to wear hijab, we don't need to do parda, we can do whatever we want. Girls can become a, how to say, politician, girls can become a religion. That is against Islam, but that aligns with the idea of Western nations. So when that aligns with the ideas of Western nation, we try to modify the Islam in order to fit the Western nation. For example, you know, in general, Muslim people will try to think like, okay, Saudi Arabia is like the main goat of Islam, like, but you know, the prince of Saudi Arabia, he changes Islam to his bend his will to do his shit as he wants. So all this political situation where bad things happening, for me, I do not care about religion, I do not care about people, I don't care about politician. I care about people. If people is eating or not, if people have food or not, okay? Westerns who practice Islam liberally, but that doesn't make it okay in Islam. People have the concept, people have the idea, the way people view the world is not Islamic way. They view the world in a Western way, okay? That is why for people to imagine that, oh, you cannot talk to girl. If you have the Islamic mindset, you will not care. Okay, yeah, that is in Islam. We like it, we don't care about it, right? For people to believe like such a simple concept in Islam, the reason for that is because people are more liberal now. People do not believe in Islam now. People believe in the Western version of it. For example, you see, Christianity also evolved to believe in the Western mindset, okay? Uh, so now as Western is a dominating culture, so we try to bend our religion, bend our belief in a Western way. If we actually believed in Islam, you can show me like one country that believes in Islam, maybe I will change my opinion about it, okay? There is not even one country that believes in Islam. They have the Western mindset as well. If there is one country that believes in Islam, they will try to change it. Okay. Even Saudi Arabia now have taxation, which is not aligned with Islam. In Islam, there is no such thing as taxation. You have zakat. Hey, but all these things doesn't change the world, guys. Statement about the Muslim like that. Not all Muslim are like that. There are millions of Muslims who practice. There is million of Muslims that practice Islam. I would say that there is no. If you, how can you be a practicing Muslim if you believe that boys and girls can talk, be friends, and then you have a liberal version of Islam? How can you be Muslim if you all think that, like how to say, Chinese people are not allowed to talk about is religion? These things, your concept is, how to say, in general in Islam we have the concept of benefit of doubt, right? We will try to give people the benefit of doubt. But that is a very, very separate concept. Every time I want to make a live stream, guys, we always go towards concepts that I do not very, very much care about. What I care about is food, guys. Understand? What I care about is that people have food, people have the liberty to talk about anything they want. People have the idea and the concept of, I'm not even talking about dating, in general, general conversation. Like for example, if there is a girl, if it's not necessary, you're not allowed to talk to her. That is the Islamic way. In the war, there was a story like that. I forget the full story, guys. I'm not a Wikipedia. No, guys, I'm not wrong. Not Wikipedia, but I can tell you the general concept of it. In the war, the girl was in the back, and then she was, how to say, doing something, and not the prophet, but Sahaba, I think. He saw her and he didn't talk to her. The reason for that, in Islam, you're not allowed to talk to the girls, okay? Because in Islam, it is believed that if you talk to her, you're gonna have temptation, and when you have temptation, you have the bad things happen, okay? That is the concept. That is another reason why you're not allowed to migrate. How do I show you guys? Can you look it up by yourself, please? Do I use ChatGPT? But I don't want to use ChatGPT, guys. I need to go to computer. There is a website. Yes, but the reason why he talked to them is because have a purpose. For example, Friedrich Nietzsche. No, who's that? It looks like a German name. What is that? Friedrich. Blah, 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 blah. Oh. It's already 10 p.m. guys. It's already 11. Who's that? Friedrich. Some philosopher did? What type of philosophy did he have? Let me search him up. Yes, comes philosophy, poem, poetry, culture, criticism, and fiction. No, didn't know. I don't know about him. Maybe I can look him up, search him, search some things about him. Oh my god, I have a headache, guys. So, by the way, guys, remember, today we're gonna have a live stream, we're gonna have a guest. But oh my god, my guests are still sleeping and didn't reply back to me. Of course, guys, I used to be religious when I was young. We used to go to the mosque. I can read Arabic as well, not the real Arabic. I will try to find him. Yes, I will like him. I will try to study it because he does satire, as I saw. But again, guys, you know, these days, until Monday, Monday I need to go to school, remember that, and I need to do my research, guys, which is the most difficult part. Tonight, I'm gonna turn on the live stream, and I'm gonna do my research. While I do mine, just out of curiosity, what made you move away from religion? I believe the reason why is because you can say that I'm a little bit selfish. I want to do all the bad things, and I do not see, like, when I start doing the bad things, like for example, when I was young, I have a girlfriend, and that is not permissible in Islam. Then I start having sex, again not permissible in Islam. Then I start drinking, blah 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 blah. I think like, okay, these things are fun and they don't harm anyone, so It's like that, slowly, 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 you drive away. I will not say that I have like a very strict reason for that. Like, okay, I'm a very good person. I studied it, do this, do that, have logic behind it. No, I just want to be a bad guy. Does that answer your question? It's not maybe a question that you are hoping for, just a bad person, guys. Want to be a bad person, okay? Not maybe a bad person? No, not like that, guys. I think that for me, again, the answer question is that like I do not know the answer to the question, like if there is God or not, right? If there is a God, that's good. I will believe in that. Yes, I still believe in God, but you guys know that the word Allah just means God, right? So if you say, do you believe in Allah? If your question might be that, my question is like Allah just is the Arabic word for God. So which Allah do you want me to believe in? So for me, it's just that, right? That I'm not religious. Do not think about them. Do not think about God that much. Maybe I will someday, but for now, just want to be a bad guy, guys. Just want money, okay? I don't care about these things, guys, that much. Personal beliefs, personal religion is not something that I care about. But guys, remember, I respect all religion. The reason for that is that how the society was created. Society was created through mythology, okay? So before, like all the religion used to be like a not so toxic. Right now religion is very very toxic, but before, in my opinion, I'm a bad guy still, but yes, but it is how it is, okay? So religion comes from a really long line. Like for example, before, people used to have pagan religions, right? Like the Greek mythology and shit like that. And if you see all the old religion, all of them are pagan, right? Like Hinduism, one of the oldest religion in the world. Paganism, like for example in the Egyptian mythology, all the mythologies, okay? Western mythologies is a paganistic religion. And later on, people started having like an epiphany, like where they started thinking like, okay, what is the true purpose of human life, right? So in pagan religion, we talk about mostly about like why things happen, how things happen. And later on, you think about like you want to answer the question of like the truth, right? So you have like a one religion. So the reason why we need religion is to build the society, right? Without religion, you cannot have society. And in the older religion, if you see the church, like the state is not separated from the church. So you have a idea. For example, for me, Islamic economic system is more towards like a socialist economic system. It's where you have the concept of like you have to pay the worker, uh you have to, there is a concept, right? Before their sweat is fixed, I mean their sweat dries off, you should pay the labor, right? And that is like a socialist concept. That's not a very bad concept as well. There is no taxation, but when you don't have taxation, it is very difficult for you to run the country. But all the things are, how to say, is okay. And in the older time, Islamic people, Muslim people, they didn't want people to convert to Islam, because that way they can collect taxes, because there is a taxation system where you can collect taxes from non-Muslim people to run the state. So people in the states didn't really want the people to convert, so they can like have a runnings of state. But nowadays people cannot have that type of situation, right? Because we believe in Western society, Western culture, Western dominated society. So we also have the Western system, like a capitalistic system. We do not have a socialistic culture. We don't have Muslim economy as well, which is not a very bad economical style. Maybe not realistic, but it's okay, right? And then you have no, 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 come on, guys. That's not a lie, guys. The way you say that I am lying, I'm not lying. I'm giving you opinion based on my, how to say, knowledge, guys. Do you want me to become ChatGPT? I'm not a ChatGPT, guys. Human cannot remember all the things. Zakat, we don't need taxation. Okay. Do you think zakat is the same as tax? What is zakat, guys? Zakat is a way for the rich to pay to the poor. Okay? Do you pay zakat to the government? You don't pay the zakat to the government. You pay zakat to the poor people. We need taxation to run the government. Government has government workers. Why do you think all Islamic countries have zakat, a taxation now? Because to run a government is not so simple. Government has government worker. Are you gonna pay the government worker with zakat? How that working, guys? That's why you have Dubai and other countries where there is zakat taxation now. I keep saying, guys, zakat, have zakat, okay? That's why we don't need taxation. That's not how it works, okay? Doesn't matter, okay? So later on, the one I was talking about is that, okay, so building a society need a foundation. So have a foundation, then you need conflict, right, in the world. Because without conflict, you cannot have humanity itself. Humanity itself built around conflict. With the monies from black market, do you think Dubai is a good country? Dubai is a shitty fucking country that used slaves, okay? Do you know how Burj Khalifa was made? It was made with people getting shit off of money, okay? They were not even paying them. Because before they used to have slaves, now they don't have slaves, okay? That is why they need taxes now. Now they cannot just bring slaves because slaves started talking shit about them, okay? When they made Burj Khalifa, when they made their fucking country, shit fucking country, okay? What they were doing was bringing slaves, okay? Who were not paid even the crumb of the salary they're supposed to get paid. They were literally working for blood, okay? And with the blood, people were dying while they were creating some shits, okay? And when they were dying in the Islamic, yes, same for Saudi Arabia. Do you think that's good? That's Islamic to kill people, to work, use slaves to make you work? Come on, God, man. You are a Muslim. Do you really think these countries are good? These countries are shit fucking countries. They were using literal slaves. That's why they didn't need taxation, and they had the oil money, guys. They don't have a government system. They have a kingdom. Saudi Arabia is a kingdom. They have the king. Now they cannot be like before because they have to serve for their Western masters. They have to serve their Gulf nation for the oil money. People nowadays protest easily. Like if US want to have a good relationship with them, that's why they don't ever talk about Israel. What? Because the way you think, like, okay, they didn't have taxation, how they grow? They grow with slave labor. That's how they grow. Now they cannot have slaves. That's why they have to have taxation. Understand? Guys, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, yes, they're Islamic country, but they're shit fucking countries. They do not care. Yes, they have used Bengali immigrants, not just Bengali immigrants, guys. They used immigrants from South Asia, okay? And when they were using immigrants, okay, they didn't pay them. They saw them as dogs. Even now, they see them as dogs, okay? Oh, really? I forget. But if you were here, welcome back, okay? They were using them as slaves, guys. Basically slaves, just giving them crumb of money. Because, immigrants can use them like slave. No worries, don't pay them, don't care about them, rape them as much as you want. Saudi Arabian, Dubai people, they were raping people left and right. Even now, migrants are raped. And when the migrants get raped, they cannot even talk about it because, how to say, in Islam, we have a rule where if you get raped, you need to have witnesses, 3 witnesses. Yes, I also think that way. That's a lie. That's in the international use, okay? I don't know what you want to believe. Like, you believe that Islam is inherently a good thing. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't really care about that. But what part of it is lie? It's in international news. It's just one search away, guys. If you guys don't believe in me, just search it. How they were using. Okay, it is inherently good. So the problem is, if it's inherently good, okay, maybe it is, I don't care. You need 3 witnesses, yes, you need 3 witnesses in order for you to prove that you were raped, and they have to be live witnesses, okay? So when you have that law, that means that if you go to the, how to say, court, you need to have 3 witnesses, and when you don't have 3 witnesses, what you do, you get raped and you go to jail, okay? I don't know if you guys know about this, right? Like, for example, in Pakistan, they had the same law, right? Before, if you get raped, you have to have 3 witnesses in order for you to go to the court. Search it up. So later on, Pakistani government, like the girls of Pakistan, they were protesting against that. They were like, okay, if we get a hit, raped, and there's 3 witnesses, what's gonna happen? That is one of the reason why you see girls come live in from Saudi Arabia, the migrant workers, and they come and cry in live, and they will say like, we cannot go to the court, we cannot do this, and cannot do that, blah 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 blah. Guys, search it up. That's in international news. That is not something you have in, how to say, you have it's hidden or something. It is in international news, guys. You can just look it up, just one search away. Look how migrant workers are treated and how why they cannot go to the court, because if they go to the court, it's they will be jailed, because they, it's a false, how to say, like they're doing a false statement against the other person, if as long as you don't have witnesses. Yeah, guys, come on. These are real things that happen. Guys, I do not care about religion, but I care about the social concepts. For me, I believe in secularism. State should be secular. That is why you have the protests in Pakistan. There was a very, very big protest, and they had to change the law. Right? Pakistan is not an Islamic country as well. Pakistan is a secular country. Come on, guys, if you double down, the problem that happens for me is that if you double down on something, I am gonna say, no, why would I think that USA is best country in the world? I do not think that USA is best country. Come on, guys, watch my videos. We shit on US. That is our channel is based on. To shitting on US. I do not think USA is a good country. I think it's a shitty country. They have some good options, how to say, they have some good ideas, but US is deporting people for talking about, how to say, good agencies where I can get an uneducated Filipina a good cleaner serve job in Hong Kong. Forgive me if question, but I got to try. I do not know. Come on, guys, don't phrase words that way. That is so a little bit not so very, very offensive. But yes, there's a lot of Filipino people who work in Hong Kong. I do not think that they're uneducated. A lot of them are very, very educated. But in Hong Kong, as far as I know, they're treated well. If you want, I don't know where you're from. Are you from Hong Kong? But I don't know if there's agencies or not. Not so well aware of these things, okay? So there are many, many agencies. So if you post like, I need a maid, I think they can hook you up with one. I think you can just post it directly on Facebook. No, I would not live in India compared to US, but I don't like US as well, guys. For me, how to say, guys, if I have the option, I would not live in any country. I will live in Mars, okay, which is not habitable. Guys, for example, every country have their good side, every country have their bad sides, okay? But we should talk about the bad sides. The reason why we should talk about the bad side is because that way the government can solve it. That way we will be more aware of it, okay? If we are more aware of it, we can always, how to say, progress, okay? Countries can progress if we don't talk about the problem, if we don't talk about the things that can fix the countries, then we cannot have a discussion, guys. I would say that I'm a cynical person. I only see the bad in the world. For me, my problem is capitalism. I do not believe in capitalism, okay? I believe that capitalism is inherently evil, and I believe that as we progress in the world, for me, to be honest, I would rather live in China here, as long as they solve. Yes, you know, I mean, I'm a Canadian. I think I'd rather live in Canada. I would rather live in like a Nordic country, like social democratic country. They're good, they're better. For example, I have some students in Denmark, but I think compared to US, Canada is a lot better. For me, from my personal opinion, the good things about Canada is like is also like a social democracy. You guys have the social healthcare system. At least if you have some problem, you don't die. Then you have like other things, like for example, have multiculturalism. You have a lot of people from a lot of other countries. So these things are, I think, good about Canada. But nowadays, Canada is a little bit shit. You know, Canadian government always is a bitch of the Quebec provinces and the French colony. And the French colony is a little bit racist. But again, every country is racist, right? But for living, guys, if you just think about like criterias, like the monies and other shit, I would say that China is kind of good. Okay, China has its own social problems, and that is gonna be amplified throughout later on throughout the centuries, like Caribbean called Trinidad. I don't know about it, but if you want to retire, I think a good country. I don't know which country are you from. If you're from, like, for example, like a Western country and you want to retire, you can choose China. I think not that expensive, very cheap. You can choose Philippines. Philippines is an amazing country, guys. Very, very beautiful. When I went there, I'm like, fuck, it's a modern country. Like, you know, in if you go to media, they're always gonna show you like the shit part of Philippines. But it's very, very good. You have Indonesia. It's a very good way to get a visa. It's easy to get a visa. Country is very good. Few problems with healthcare system, and Australia still have free healthcare system. Then nothing. Yeah, same. Yeah, yeah. You should come to China, and if you guys come to China, you can like how to say, text me. I'll try to help you guys as much as possible. My help, though, is always so. But you know, I applied for Canada as well. Oh shit, I have a call. Yes, I don't know why. You know, guys, only US doesn't have the free healthcare system. My country is a shit fucking country. Bangladesh has free healthcare system. Can you imagine that? I am racist as well. Yes, of course, guys. Everyone is a little bit racist. Remember that. Okay. But racism, for example, is, for example, my racism is just a little racism. Okay. People cannot be 100% pure. Humans are made out of sin, made out of bad things, right? My experience itself is gonna be the way I view the world, guys. In a lot of time, I was racist towards my own people. Okay, when I was young. Yes, try. For China, if you want to live here, maybe a little bit difficult as a foreigner, but Philippines is a very, very amazing country, guys. Philippines, Indonesia, I think these are the good countries. But guys, remember, I don't know all the countries in the world. Takes over Canada, will he stop free healthcare there? Yeah, probably. From I'm in Chongqing. Do you guys know Chongqing? It's where I Show Speed came to. Chongqing it's in China. I can be 100% racist, but I have my thoughts. Yes, no one can be 100% good, okay? Everyone will have some sort of prejudice, some sort of view towards it. The way towards fixing it is that we have to study it, learn about other culture, talk to them, uh, have more friends. A good thing, guys, I have is that I study abroad. So, and I had the opportunity to travel to multiple countries. So, you know, normally we're racist towards like a lower quality, like middle, third world countries. And I got to meet them, right? And I got to talk to them. I got to make friends with them. Not in my stream, I guess, guys. But if there is, it's okay, guys. You know, right-wing people do have their own beliefs, and not all the people are just like a psychopath and some shit like that. There are right-wing people who have good ideas, they have good economical thoughts, but the problem is most of the people are illogical, okay? Like, for example, Trump supporters. Because Trump is a weird guy, you know? He doesn't talk about policy, he talk about shit, okay? In China, you know, a lot of people like Trump because, you know, that way Trump is destroying USA. I think he is like destroying USA himself. So as he destroying USA, uh, how to say? Because he's destroying USA, so Chinese people are like, yeah, our friend. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Actually, not true, guys. The reason why Chinese people like Trump is because they think that he's funny. and Chinese people do not care about the politics of USA or any other country. They care about themselves, because Chinese economy is growing very very rapidly. So for young people, it's very difficult in marriage, but no one would become violent because of racial difference. Yeah, I don't understand what you mean, but maybe. Yeah, of course, you can choose anyone you want to marry. I don't care about that. I just care about like things. For example, for me, what I care about, like for example, in Myanmar, okay, they did a genocide recently, just because uh, they're Rohingya. They're just because of their race, because they're Muslim. Just kill them all. Then you have the I forget where. Yeah, the Tamil people are getting genocided. Which country? Forget. Then in Bangladesh, in my country, we killing like the Chakma people because Chakma minority. So that is what I care about. I don't really care about who you marry. Yeah, some people like some races is normal, like, but for example, in China we have some laws like unless you're from like a I'm studying in China, guys. In China, okay? It's like I'm watching a sitcom. Yeah, me too. Remember in the COVID time, guys? He said like you can inject the UV ray into your body directly. Uh, Funny as fuck. That was so fucking funny. And Trump is a funny guy, guys. He is a crazy person. The way he talks is actually something that we should learn from. Something that I really really how to say like about Trump is that he's a person who tries to use simple words, right? Dive into the cultures and learn a new language. I was really good in Japanese, and then I had to give it up. Oh, yeah, yeah. Japanese is another language. Problem is that, for me, I'm learning Chinese, right? Uh, learning Chinese, when I'm learning Chinese, if I want to learn Japanese, I'm gonna mix it up. But yes, the learn language that I want to learn is also Japanese because I grew up watching anime and things, uh, but a little bit difficult. Okay, so how to say? After I learn Chinese, maybe I'll try to learn Japanese. I wanted to study in Japan, uh, but it's too expensive for me, guys. Okay, really, really want to go there. This holiday I wanted to go there, but I'm not so sure if I'm financially able. Guys, again, if you guys can, please subscribe to my channel and share. That way I can have like more money. Okay, if I have more money, I can travel. But Japan is the things there's so the thing I didn't finish. Okay, now people can think I like Trump or something like that, but when Trump speaks, he uses simple words. He doesn't use like very complicated words. He doesn't use like a very clinical term. He's just gonna go, we gonna make US great again, just like that. Just say one word. Do not say like how we're gonna do it, blah 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 blah. Simple word, you know but if it's like a Barack Obama, Bernie Sanders, he's gonna use many complicated words, yeah, like become like a try to show that he's like a cultural man. What happens is that many people does not know. When we're studying social science as a social science major, guys, I study international economics and trade. Okay, so when we were studying that, we learned that like education itself, somebody's talking smart. It's not just stupid stuff like people that I do live sleep or ding a metal. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. When you guys say that, it's more, how to say, makes me happy. Okay, so the thing I was saying like that, guys. So Trump will say something very very simple, and a lot of the right wing people, most of them are very very wealthy, but a lot of the lower quality people like a labor worker, they hear that word like that, they're like, yeah, make America great again, and they're gonna like, yeah, make America. It's a very good tactic. It's a charismatic tactic. you can see if you guys try. Maybe you guys can try like seeing the Hitler way of communicating. He was doing the same thing, exact same thing, right? Speaking some simple things. Yeah, we're gonna make like Germany great again. How we're gonna make it? What policy we're gonna take? No, 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 nothing like that. Just we're gonna kill a lot of shit ton of people, but he was not saying we're gonna kill a people. We're just being charismatic. So these things are resonates. Like when we're studying like economics, I mean social science, we learn something like a contradictory thing statement. Like for example, education makes you more, how to say, acceptable to the other races, but it also creates a division between people. Because for example, uh, think of this like this, right, guys? If you have money, for example, because my current parents were not poor, that is one of the reason why I didn't need to go to work. Okay, so because I didn't need to go to work early, I can just study books and read things, so I can have a good knowledge about social science and other things. And later on, I had the opportunity to slowly progress and progress and progress and make my knowledge more. Then I had the opportunity to go abroad and study. Okay, so these things, I had the opportunity, but another person who didn't have the opportunity, okay, he will not know. For example, if someone didn't study social science, he will not know the difference between equity and equality. Okay, but when I talk about things, maybe if I want to use like a clinical term, not a clinical term, like a professional term, I'm gonna say equity, and people will not know. And the normal people, the people I'm talking for, are the people who will not know, understand me if I use like the difficult words. So that is a problem, guys. We are in general, for example, need to talk about the weaker people, like the poorer people. So when we talk about them, it is better for us to use common word, normal word, instead of using very, very professional word. That is something that I like about Trump, that I want to copy from Trump. Remember, guys, even your enemy has ways. If your enemy is successful, understand, and when speaking compared to Chinese, it would be very difficult to know. But yeah, yeah, because China, I mean Japanese language also takes like the Chinese characters and made it into like a kanji and other things. They have three alphabets, right, in Japanese language. So they use the Chinese characters, so it's more difficult, and some of the words sounds the same. So for Chinese people, it's very easy for them to learn Japanese, even though most of them will not. My girlfriend, she's in Beijing, guys. Remember, guys, she's a researcher herself. Okay, so her bachelor is in geography, and afterwards she's now studying like soil. So her research is about soil, okay, irrigation and thing, because she's like a, how to say, she is mm, she's studying in Beijing Normal University. It's one of the best universities in China. So she need to study a lot harder, and she need to travel and go to the, like go to mountains in order for her to collect data and other things. So she's very, very busy, and she went back to Beijing to do some meetings and other things like that. So now she's gonna come back hopefully on 30th. So that is why she's not here. A little bit lonely, guys, a little bit sad. That is one of the reasons why did less live stream. But when she come back, guys, I'm gonna start the live stream a little bit late, okay? Mm. So next question, when I say I mostly self-taught Japanese, I just went to the local library and got a CD and a book and whoa, CD. You know, in China, CD means cross-dresser. So there are boys who dresses like girls, and I know what CD is because I am old as my old also. But damn, CD is so old, guys. Rented that. I don't know how old you are. That is really, really good. If you have like an interest for language and you study language, that is really, really good. For me, to learn language is a lot more difficult, okay? Because my interest is not very, very highly of a language, and my memory is not very good, guys. I need to stop drinking alcohol. I'm actually a CC. Really, if you're a developer, maybe if you have WeChat, you can hit me up. Okay. So currently, I'm trying to use Python in order to like make a pathfinder inside Blender. So difficult, and I'm pretty good in math, science, and I'm trying to write Automation trading tools. Whoa. I know what you're doing research. So my friend, he's trying to do the same. So he's trying to use quantum computing in order to like the predict the stock market and other things. But so difficult, guys. C sharp, C++ is also very difficult. Hey, Pooh, welcome back to the live stream. The last time I heard you you on here, so refreshing talking to people that weren't corn mask or doing stupid shit. Thank you guys. Our channel, the one I want to build, like my channel, is about talking about like the poor countries, right? Health is healthy, food cheap and available, guys. This thing, okay? The in China, if you go to the restaurant, okay, I want to show you guys Chinese food, but guys, very, very difficult for me. So what happens is that, young children in China always eat very, very healthy food, okay? And another thing is that their foods are very, very balanced. And yes, foods are very, very cheap in China. Guys, I will take some screenshot of like how I do groceries, and I'll show you. And when you go like for example, if you want noodles, okay, it's not just only in China. This thing is same in China, Japan, and Korea. The foods are so fucking healthy. Maybe not always like very, very healthy, but how to say, in general, it's very, very balanced. They're gonna have vegetable, they're gonna have meat, they're gonna have everything. That is why you see Chinese people are very, very thin. And in school, they always eat school in the university, and it's always gonna be very, very healthy. So they grow up eating healthy. For example, guys, I do not like vegetable at all. I fucking hate it. Do you know what I do for that? So I just try to blend it. Like, because I don't like vegetable, I like meat. So I will put all the vegetable that I hate and put them inside the blender and blend them and make them into a paste, and then I'm gonna turn it into a curry. So that's how I try to eat vegetables. That's not a very good way, but how to say, at least get the vitamins, right? And but for Chinese people, like for example, my girlfriend, she really, really loves vegetable. And if we go out to eat, she'll eat my vegetable because she likes it, and a lot of Chinese people really, really like it, and they avoid sugar, things like that. So it's very, very healthy. People in Asia in general are very, very healthy. Well, Trump has it down. It also has to say, let's make America great again. Who doesn't want to hear that? And then nobody asks how. 100%. Yes, yes. Fit for a reason. And also, guys, remember that Chinese people have to do military training in school. So when they do like 1 month military training, they have to like work very, very fucking hard. They have to learn like the this. And in Chinese university, when you are studying for bachelor's, you're gonna have like some optional courses, like for example, learn how to do martial art, like Tai Chi. It's not real martial art, but it's very, very healthy. And if you come to China, guys, I'm gonna show you guys these things. Just let me get like my equipment, guys. I do not have that much money now. Yes, I think so as well. For me, some things about China, like especially the government, is very, very good because for me personally, okay, Chinese government is a government that is based on reaction. Like when they actually listen to the people. I will give you an example. Sometimes they listen too much, maybe some things are a little bit too much, but most of the time, for example, young people used to play a lot of games, a lot of video games, very, very high, lot of video games. So Chinese government made a rule where you have to use your national ID. I don't know if you guys know this. In China, everything needs national ID card. So you have to input your national ID card in order for you to register to the game. So when you have your national ID card, there they can see your age. So if you are like below 18, you are not allowed to play game like 24 hours a day. You have to play games like a certain amount of time. But guys, remember, some things are good, some things are bad. We are gonna try to show the bad parts as well, okay? So the government can improve. For example, Chinese leadership in the above that I like, okay, but the lower end leadership I think is not very good. For example, my university, guys, it's a shit fucking university. The management system is so fucking bad. They are taking money from the government, but they're not doing well enough, okay? These things I'm gonna try to make a video about it. There are some cultural problems as well. For example, a little bit of racism problem, this. But yes, compared to Western countries, you have to remember, guys, Western countries relies on phone line. You can call the government if you have a problem. Maybe I never thought about that, guys. This thing I need to search. I don't know about this. But there are, you can complain, like for example, like last time we complained about our university, not me, some people, I don't know who complained about our university. Everyone was fucked. Everyone got fucked because they complained about the university. But the last time, like my friend, he applied for this university, my university, and he got rejected from the university for a master's program. They fucking rejected him, but of course he got into a very, very good university now. He's studying in Chongqing University. It's one of the best universities in our province. I don't know if you can that one or not. This thing I need to look it up, okay? I will try to look it up later. But upper level management I really, really like in China because they listen to the parents. The parents said, okay, our children are playing a lot of video games because in China, problems with the Chinese government, the government problem. Uh, let's make it a separate video, guys, okay? Let's make it a day where we only talk about the government because if I just say some things without evidence, it's maybe not that impactful, but it's not maybe we can collect some evidence, right? Like for example, some screenshot, like for example, I have had a lot of racist attacks, right? Lots and lots of racist attacks. I'm not talking about the upper government. I was talking about the lower level government because university is also part of the government. You have to remember China is inherently a how to say social democracy. It's socialism with Chinese characteristic. They call it, but I think it's just social democracy. So all the things are part of the government, right? Universities are also government-run university, but when the university management system is not that good, I want to like have the evidence before like I share with you guys the problem. And nowadays I am doing my research. It's a little bit difficult, but I am trying to finish it as soon as possible. Tomorrow I'm gonna meet my supervisor and I'm gonna I'm gonna try to finish my research and then I'm gonna take the evidence and then we're gonna talk about the social problems, the problems I face. But remember, guys, it's the problem I face based on my perspective. Not that means that you come to China is gonna be the same for you. Many of my friends living here very, very happily. And perspective is based on many, many things, okay? By the way, guys, 8 more minutes and I'm gonna end the live stream after 8 more minutes because I want to go prepare because we're gonna have another live stream today. We're gonna have a podcast today. Hopefully, if my fucking friends wakes up, they didn't wake up. Our guest didn't reply to me. And we're gonna talk about the Bangladesh government, okay? And for example, for you, I tell you like some of the problem, like lower level government, right? The upper, because China is very, very big, guys, very, very big, okay? So some of the lower level, like people, like for example, our university management is not very good. And sometimes they will do some illegal things, like for example, I am on scholarship, okay, guys. I am on Chinese government scholarship. So every month I get 3,000 RMB. That is around, right, $350. Is it? Oh, okay, 400 and around $420 every month, okay? So if you live outside, guys, you are supposed to get 700 RMB extra, but my university doesn't give me that money, okay? I don't know why. They just said no. I let my friend talk to them. I will talk to them by myself also later on, but that is inherently theft, guys, because this money I should get from the government. But the problem is, it's not the Chinese government, guys. Remember, if we say like that, it sounds like, okay, the government is like the Chinese government. Chinese politics doesn't work like the way US politics work. Like in US, in China, or does the government own it? No, you cannot own a house in China, guys. Remember, so the way it works is that you lease, okay? So China still is a socialist country. So ownership of house is not possible. You can lease for 99 years and you can renew the lease. For example, if you in China they just call it buying it, but in reality it's not buying. You're leasing the house for 99 years. So when you lease the house, when it expires, yes, it's very, very cheap for you to renew it, but you do not own the house. Let me explain to you why this system exists, okay? This is because of before China used to be communist, right? Not very, very communist, but it used to have some aspect of communism. Those aspect remains, like for example, the good part of communism. Like if we let people own houses, what happens? You own a house for the rest of your life, right? The problem that happens towards it, okay, is that uh, you own it and maybe you are not using it. Let's say you are a person, for example, in US you have a housing crisis, right? The reason for that is the housing prices are very, very high. Very, very high. In China it's also the same, but it is not the same way like US, not like fucked up high, but in China it's still high. It's not still very good, but the government have some control over the houses, okay? So the government can still control it, and that way you do not have the housing crisis because the populations are growing, right? So maybe if needed, the government can use the houses, and the China has a public housing system as well. For example, you need to pay like a $1 to live in a house if you are very, very poor. That is why you don't see homeless people in China as well. So for this, for me, I really like this system. Okay, I don't know if you guys like it or not, but this also discourages me from buying a house. For me, I will never buy a house in China. I have a house in my country. Is yes, have a house. uh, I want to buy a house in Canada if possible, or in England. Mostly, hopefully, in England, guys. I really, really want to move to England because my family is there. Yes, you can, but not the same way. Again, guys, it is not your parents' property, okay? It is the property of the government. You are just leasing it. So when your parents once they can give it to you, you can live there because it's your parents, and you can renew it, right? As a child, like you can renew the system, like process, like if your father dies and you want to renew the system, you just go to the government, pay some money and renew it. Does that make sense? Not a lot of money, very, very small amount of money. And in China there is another thing, right? Like 99 years is like inherently for forever. Okay, so in China they consider 99 years as like forever. Also, guys, this system helps the people to not become lazy and not the wealth to become like fucking high. Inheritance of wealth, inherited wealth. Okay, for example, this makes the playing field more equal for people. For example, let's say you are a person whose father owns like 10 houses. What's gonna happen when you grow up? You're gonna be a dick. You gotta just you have the houses already. You don't need to study. You don't need to go there. Inequality will rise more and more. But here in China, all the children need to buy a house. Okay, in general, the system of China, the culture is that like they will not take their parents' house. They will not inherit the house. They will buy their own. Does that make sense? That is a culture of China. For example, there is another culture, guys. I hate this culture, but if a child want to marry, he need to buy his own house. And with the current salary, in this world is everywhere universal. If you're with your current salary, it is impossible for you to buy a house when you're 30. uh, give you an example, guys. Okay, so I studied international economics and trade in my bachelor's. My university is not a very, very good university, but it's still thank you. So it's not a very good university. It's just a lower end university, but it's not like very, very lower end. It's a mid-tier university. Okay, I did my bachelor's there, then I did my I'm doing my master's right now, right? So I would be better than most people's, but even then my salary will not be very high. For example, my girlfriend's salary will be very, very high if she work in Shenzhen. So for example, if she goes to Shenzhen, her salary will be above like almost 95% of the people, because she's one of the top 5% student in China. uh, so her salary will be very high, but my salary will not be very high. Even with her salary, it would be very, very difficult for her to buy a house of her own. Okay, does that make sense for you? And for me to buy a house when I'm 30, around impossible, almost impossible. Okay. And hopefully on 30th my girlfriend will come back and we're gonna do a live stream. But guys, when my girlfriend comes back, I don't want to talk so much about politics because she don't like, I think politics is more interesting for boys, and my girlfriend's English is not very good. Camper, what's a camper, guys? It's not very good, so she cannot reply to a lot of the things, and she gets very bored. Maybe me and her, we're gonna play some games, and we're gonna do some videos like normal video cooking live stream or something like that. And again, guys, if you guys want to watch better videos, I am very fucking broke now as a student doing live stream and shit. Please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friend. And welcome, Shell, but I'm sorry, I need to end the live stream now. It's already been 2 hours. I can do longer, but I have to prepare because we're gonna do a podcast today, hopefully. So if you can subscribe to the channel, guys, and like and share. And if you guys want, you can rewatch my videos. You can watch some of the videos I put. Most of my videos are about animation. Okay, guys, I do animation in Blender. That is what our videos are about mostly. But what I'm trying to go towards is like a politics. Okay, that is my interest. So for now, guys, today I need to end the live stream. Thank you for watching, guys. Really happy to talk to you guys. So bye bye. Hope to see you guys this afternoon. Hope you guys can watch again. Okay, bye bye all.